So, if you are a lover of Coyote swaps, you probably shouldn't watch this video. And if you love LS swaps, you probably should unsubscribe right now.
We slay all suckers who purple and trade and lay down law from state to state. We slay all suckers who purple and trade and lay down law from state to state. We slay all.
So let's just get right to it. You all see that I have a 93 notchback. Yeah, it's a 93 notchback, one of 777 black on black. They only produce 777 black on black coupes. And I got this car a few years back, and what I decided to do was that I knew that when I bought it that I wanted to do something different. And so today we're gonna debate this whole Coyote swap or whatever. So I decided that I wanted to be different. Point number one, why the Terminator is better than the Coyote. Everybody ain't got it. Everybody just ain't got it. So first off, there were only about, my number may be off, but somewhere around, it wasn't a lot of Cobras made, okay? I think it was between 8,000 to 17,000 in 0304, somewhere around there. My number may be off. Google it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm going to tell you what I'm not wrong about, okay? First off, the motor was made in 2003, in 2004. They came out with it for 2 years. It was only available in the Cobras. And so you couldn't find it if it was not in the Cobra. So that's a beautiful thing that you can have something that's rare. And so for me, personally, I like having things that everybody just doesn't have. And so now with Coyotes, they're in everything. They're in your F-150s. They're in Mustangs. I mean, probably by 2021, they're going to be in the Ford Escorts, but they're everywhere. You can find a junkyard Coyote for $2,000. You can find a junkyard Mustang Coyote, about $35. A good one, a good decent one. And listen, every aftermarket company in the world has made something for it. Right now, to do a Coyote swap, it is way less expensive than doing a Terminator. I can just tell you that right now. And now you may be mad that I just said that, but it's just factual. Doing a Coyote swap is cheaper than doing a Terminator swap. I'm just gonna call it what it is. So you may be upset at what I'm saying right now, and that's fine. But let me go over some more numbers as well. So in 2003, 2004, it's almost a 10-year gap between the Terminator motor and the Coyote motor. Terminator motor came out with what, 390 horsepower, okay? And your Gen 1 Coyote motor came out with what, 412. Now, I know you're probably saying, yeah, it's a naturally aspirated motor, so my motor is better than yours. You may have a point as it relates to horsepower, but we're talking about it was almost 10 years prior. If you want to do exact math, 03 to 11, okay, it's not 10, but you get my point. So you're talking about old technology. And so almost 10 years later, the best we could come out with was 412. Now, and let's all be honest, those Gen 1 Coyote motors, trash. Trash, y'all know. And you're gonna get mad. Like I said, I told you, this video is going to make you upset. But you all know those Gen 1 Coyote motors were trash, okay? Now, I'm gonna say this. You get a good F-150 motor, throw some cams and stuff in it. Okay, you know what I mean? You're gonna have you a decent motor. But those Gen 2 Coyotes, 435 horsepower, now them numbers are facts. The Gen 3 Coyote motor, 460 horsepower. Okay, but the Gen 2, I feel like is what I would call the Jesus of the motors. Real talk, the Gen 2. Now, on another note though, now you all right here, let me just show you something real quick, okay? So right here, like I said, you all know I did a Terminator swap. Yes, I did. And so with doing the Terminator swap, I knew that first off, you're not gonna see it everywhere. Number two, let me tell you the hardest thing about doing the Terminator swap. The information is not everywhere. Yes. I am a big fan of Whipple. Oh yes, Whipple superchargers. And yes, I am part of the 600 horsepower, 600, actually I have more than 600, but I am part of the horsepower club in a 2,900 pound car. Yeah, that means that I can go pretty fast, pretty quickly. And pretty much if you run your GT next to me and you have a Whipple, I'm going to give you that action very fast. I'm just calling it what it is. You know, in your Coyote, you run next to me and you got a Whipple, I'm going to give you that action. I hope you got E85 and you're running 24 pounds of boost. But no, seriously, all right, for real, I love this, okay? This is, look that right there. You see that pretty stuff right there? But let me tell you what's more important. All I had to do, now granted, I don't want to compare dollar for dollar right now, but let's just go here. With the Terminator motors, you can slap some injectors, big fuel pump in the back, and a Whipple, and you're going to go over 600 horsepower. You do that to a Coyote, especially a Gen 1, and you don't change them oil pump gears, you going to say bye-bye to that motor. You're going to have a rod. Nothing's going to work. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye, motor. That's exactly what's going to happen. So it takes a little bit more for you all. A little bit more digging. Now, granted, I have seen guys. Whipple just came out with that Gen 5 version of that supercharger right there. And man, everybody went crazy about the Gen 5 version of that supercharger. You want to know why? Because guys have been able to stretch those motors out. The moment y'all and them Coyotes go over 600-700 horsepower, you better change them oil pump gears. Now, I will say this, all right? I believe that the Gen 2 Coyote motor is actually an amazing motor. And I'm going to go down in history and say it's probably one of the best motors that Ford ever made, you know? And so the reality of everything that I have said is that this is more of a preference for me, is why I said the Terminator motor is better than the Coyote. I'm going to be honest, I've driven Coyotes, and I think they are amazing. I've driven Mustangs with the Coyote motor, and I'll be honest with you, it is amazing. And everything that you can do with it, you throw some oil pump gears on there, you can hit 800 horsepower easily, Whipple, fuel, you do everything right, you can hit that 800 horsepower easily. So the reality of it is that at the end of the day, I'm going to roll with the Terminator because it's more rare. Everybody got a Coyote. So to all my Coyote friends, I hope you all are not mad because I know that I just made somebody mad, but it's termination for life. You all have no idea. Termination, baby. Why? Because, A, the research that it takes to do these, every aftermarket company in the world has a part for the Coyote swap. I mean, Jesus, you can just look up one thing and get everything that you need, drop that thing in a Fox body, and be good. I'm not saying the swap is easy, but what I am saying, there is way more information out there about Coyote swaps than it is Termi swaps. I'm gonna be even more honest with you. I had to talk to a lot of Cobra guys to help me because I was a push rod guy. All I knew was 302s, and I was slow. Like that little 200 horsepower wasn't getting me nowhere. I'm just being honest. But in this right here, I absolutely love it. And so to have a car like this, that's little weight, and I have something 600 plus horsepower. I'm going for the 7s in a minute. I'm about to switch over to E85 and I'm gonna go for the 7s. By the time I hit Foxtoberfest, I'm gonna be north of 700 horsepower. So I'm just saying, you know, it is a big difference, you know. But I believe that at the end of the day, you're talking about a motor that's what? Smaller than you all's, and that can still take almost just as much power. You throw some cams in this thing, and then you really are going to make a difference. It still only has a few hundred. It still hasn't really been dug into just yet. This is the first day. We actually had 50 degrees out here today, so I had to do a video on this today. But to all my Coyote swap people out there, trust you me, I actually love it. The whole point of the video was just to talk a little crap to you Coyote owners. But please know, if you're ready to roll up side by side with me, please know you can get that action real quick. So if you got a Coyote, please make sure you have a supercharger, or please make sure you got some turbos on there, or even more, make sure you got some nitros or something, because if you pull up on me with nothing, it's gonna be dead. I'm just telling you right now, if you pull up on me with nothing, it's gonna be dead. Now, I'm gonna make my last point, and you know the way I'm gonna make my last point? I gotta make my last point at home. I don't even wanna be in front of this car when I make this last point. So shout out to all my 03, 04 Cobra owners. Shout out to everybody that's Terminator swapped their Fox body. It is amazing. I mean, amazing. So shout out to all you all, and shout out to everybody that's also Coyote swap theirs as well. It is amazing, straight up. So for my last and final point, I want to talk about why Terminators are better than LS swaps. The end. Thank you all so much. What is it that I even need to say? Having a LS swap, having an LS motor in a Mustang is like getting married and you don't have sex. Throwing a party for 100 people and you don't send the invitations and nobody shows up. It's this is so hard to even explain because I'm lost for words. I'm never at loss for words for anything, but I mean it is really that bad. But hey, it's not me hating. Like, for real, that's what you want to do. Cool. I mean, I'm not. That's what you want to do, cool. Like, you know, but I'm a Ford Power enthusiast. I love Ford Power, which is why I'm really not hating on Coyote owners. I just want to talk a little trash, because that's what you do. You know, if you ever been street racing, or you at the track or whatever, we gonna talk that trash regardless of what you have. You know, I'll talk that crap to push rod owners. You know what I mean? Like, you all are one ride from your car never running again. I mean, for real. Like, I hate push rods. I hate you push rod. Mod motor all day. It's the best thing ever. But you LS guys, life sucks. LS, life sucks. It has to, for you to actually do that. Life has to suck. I mean, for real. So I know you may unsubscribe to me or whatever, but I'm gonna tell you the same thing. If we see each other in the streets, pull up to the side of me and let's see what happens with that LS. Because I'm gonna tell you this. Once you get past a certain horsepower number, it don't matter on the street. You can have 900 horsepower. You ain't gonna be able to put that tire to the road. So please, I'm just playing. No, I ain't. So shout out to everybody. Thank you all for watching this video. I love Coyotes. I almost did it myself. So I got much respect, mad respect for Coyotes. I'm a mod motor person, period. So I just prefer the Terminator motor because it was just a little bit more rare. And my car was a little bit more rare as well. So I wanted to stick with that. So I hope you all tune in, subscribe, like the video, let other people know about it. And I just want to say thank you all so much. Peace.